In this video, we're going to discuss cleaning RF connectors. Many people make the assumption that a connector, if it's shiny, it's clean. That's not correct. There's always very small metal particulates or grime particulates that can affect passive intermodulation. You have to remember, PIM is something that's measured at 150 to 160 dB below the primary carrier. So there's tools you need to have. You can either use alcohol wipes, tear them open, and then you dump the alcohol swab in there, and now you have enough alcohol on there to properly clean a connector. After which, the little strip in here can be used to clean the threads of the connector. Very handy. So that's very good. Obviously, carrying a bottle of alcohol is not convenient on top of the tower. Another solution is to use a small spray bottle. You spray down the alcohol onto the Q-tip itself, and then you can use that to clean the connectors. Clean the center pin, clean the inside out, and then you get it. You can see here, even on this connector that's nice and shiny, I have some grime on it. See that? Another useful device is a clean toothbrush. You can use it to make sure there's nothing inside the threads. I emphasize clean. If the toothbrush starts looking dirty, either wash it out or dispose of it and get a new one. Another very useful item is a low residue can of compressed air. You can use it after you have cleaned everything out, and you blow out any particulates, or you help dry out the connector to make sure there's no condensation or any leftover alcohol inside of the connector. Here we have this RF connector, which looks very clean. One might look at it and say, okay, there's nothing wrong with it. We're going to go ahead and clean it now. Again, you always want to clean the threads going counterclockwise. Look at that. That was a clean looking connector, wasn't it? And worst case, the worst thing is you'll see little tiny metal particulates in there. If you can zoom in. And then you take the clean end and you do the inside of the connector. Always making sure to clean the center pin. Oh, did you see that shiny piece right there? Oh, you saw that? That's a little tiny piece of metal particulate. This jumper cable is fresh from the bag. So, you can still have problems on brand new connectors and brand new cables. Doesn't mean it's defective, it just means it needs to be cleaned thoroughly. You have now seen that properly cleaning RF connectors, even on new jumper cables, on antennas, and even on the radio units, can help solve a problem if you're having PIM problems that can be due to internal, which could be a bad jumper, or it could be just a dirty jumper or a dirty connector. You'll see that you're going to need compressed air, you're going to need alcohol packets or a small spray bottle, a clean toothbrush, lots of clean swabs. After you mount your 4310 connector to your antenna, which should be finger tight, use a proper calibrated torque wrench that is set to 5 Newton meters and use that to tighten your final connection. A single click and you're done. You'll notice that the 5 Newton meters is not very tight. It can almost be undone by hand. Over-torquing can lead to damage of the connector and the antenna itself. Even if it's under-damaged, it can affect PIM and Viswar performance. Ensure you have a properly calibrated torque wrench or it has been recently purchased, ensuring that it is within cal. As always, be safe out there, guys, and make sure you keep the guy working with you safe also.